Our project on the 4 Ps of marketing was done on the Russian River Brewing Company. It was created by Kris Dooha, Yarden Shwartz, Steve Olson, Nikole Wright, and narrated by myself, Beau Baumbach. The Russian River Brewing Company, which was originally owned by Korbel Winer Cellars, is a Santa Rosa-based company and is currently owned by Vinny and Natalie Sillerzo, who are also the master brewers. When dealing with their external environments, the Russian River Brewing Company has to take into account social, demographic, economic, technological, and competitive variables. The Russian River cannot control the elements of the external environment and instead must understand how it is changing and the impact of the change on the target market. In doing so, they are able to create a marketing mix that effectively meets the need of their target customers. As the years have gone by, the breweries of Sonoma County have gained a great reputation for quality beer that expands throughout the United States to the point where beer connoisseurs from all across the country are coming to this area. Russian River is fully aware of this fact, and on its website, it provides a list of local hotels within a short distance of the brewery, as well as a number of taxi cab services, keeping their tourists accommodated. Due to the Russian River's growing reputation, they have also started distributing their beer to a few different locations across the United States outside of Northern California. And these are Oregon, Southern California, Colorado, and Philadelphia. They recently discontinued their relationship with the wholesaler Click Distributing, which was a wholesaler in the Washington market. To fulfill their ideal market exposure, the Russian River Brewing Company uses an exclusive distribution approach. They only sell to one wholesaler in a particular geographic area. The only wholesalers that Russian River Brewing Company uses are single-line wholesalers such as DBI Beverages, Stone Brewery Company, Elite Brands, Columbia, and Origlio Beverages. In the Bay Area, the Russian River Brewing Company acts as their own wholesaler, distributing their beer to local retailers. The channel of distribution affiliated with the Russian River Brewing Company consists of these wholesalers and the few retailers that these wholesalers sell to. The retailers that sell to the Russian River Brewing Company have a very limited supply and sell out quickly. Now everyone is on to the fact that we get our delivery on Friday. They start lining up about 11 or 12 to get it, said Jason Schneider, store manager at Bottle Barn in Santa Rosa. At Russian River Brewing Company, they focus on traditional, aggressively hopped California-style ales, Belgian-inspired ales, and barrel-aged beers. They brew a full line of ales and lagers for our pub and for limited distribution. Russian River Brewing Company has made up to 36 kinds of beers. They have many styles of beers. They also have their year-round beers, like Blind Pig, Damnation, and Pliny the Elder. They have barrel-aged beers, Beatification, Consecration, Supplication, and Temptation. They have Belgian-inspired ales, Damnation 23, Defensitration, Irridation, Mortification, Perdition, Redemption, Rejection, Sanctification, Salvation, Bendication, and Little White Lie. They have the pub brew and limited release ales for ALS, Odd Blonde, Fanboys for a Cure, Gaffers, Great Beer, Great Wine, Happy Hops, Hop to It, Hop Father IPA, Hop Time Harvest Ale, OVL Stout, Pliny the Younger, Portation, Row 2 Hill 56, Russian River IPA, Russian River Stout, Sega, Select, Shadow of a Doubt, and Tornado 25th Anniversary. The Russian River Brewing Company also has branding products such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, glasses, keychains, iPhone cases, coasters, and patches for clothing. And finally, at their brewpub location, they have food product such as pizza, salads, sandwiches, calzones, chicken wings, and appetizers. I would consider the Russian River Brewing Company beer as a specialty product, but as most things in marketing, it depends. Russian River Brewing Company beer and their product is in the growth stage of the product life cycle, and they are trying the best to keep it there. They are in high demand and expand slowly, but they say it is better to make better beer and expand slow than to expand fast and make worse beer. The Russian River Brewing Company product assortment is not large, but the product line of beer and food is full. What Russian River Brewing Company is selling is specialty beer and a good atmosphere to eat, drink, and have a good time. Everything on the menu is generally pretty expensive, but this is because Russian River's target market is not looking for a deal, they are looking for quality, and will pay as long as the quality is worth the price. So instead of lowering their prices, they raise their level of quality. The Russian River has a business philosophy that quality beats quantity, and are quoted on their website as saying, "It is easier to make better beer than it is to make more beer." They implement this way of thinking when marketing to the external environment. When it comes to the pricing at Russian River Brewing Company pub, it is clear that they use a price lining strategy when it comes to the different types of beer they sell. For example, a blonde ale can be bought for $4.50. An IPA can be bought anywhere from $4.50 to $5, and their sours can be bought for as much as $6.50 for a pint, which also gives me the impression that the Russian River Brewing Company is using prestige pricing when it comes to their beer. I have also never been to a pub that has such a wide variety of prices for their beer. As a customer of the Russian River Brewing Company, I use a reference price to determine if I should buy their beer or not. My reference price is rather high when it comes to good beer, so I am more than happy or hoppy to spend more beer for a little higher quality product. The status quo for a pint is $4.50, and the Russian River Brewing Company can run up to $6.50 for a pint. However, the Russian River does provide a quantity discount if you purchase a growler, which is the equivalent of roughly 5 beers. A growler of Pliny the Elder is $18 as opposed to $22.50 if you were to purchase 5 pints by themselves. The Russian River does not release its fixed costs or revenues, making it impossible to calculate its earnings and its markup on the beer. The Russian River Brewery uses multiple channels with which to advertise its product. A target market of legal drinking ages gives it a large available customer market. It should be noted that this is a small production microbrewery with around 60 part and full-time employees, so supply capacity is limited. Because of the demand outweighing the supply, marketing and advertising of the brand remains limited until supply capacity can compensate accordingly. The primary promotion of the brand is done through the brewery itself, which also acts as a restaurant to the local population. The brewery also offers tours with which to promote its product. Its website, easily accessible from most search engines, provides further promotion. Internet blogs and review sites, including Yelp.com and RateBeer.com, spread word-of-mouth promotion of the brewery's drinks. The Russian River Brewery also promotes its product by participating in local events around the area of the distribution. Events such as Great American Beer Festival in Denver, Colorado is a prime location to showcase the brewery's production. Their marketing strategy of quality over quantity will continue to hinder their supply efforts, and thus advertising will probably take a back seat until existing demand can be met. The Russian River Brewing Company, although still very much a growing company with much potential, faces a potentially dangerous outlook. Although producing quality over quantity, demand for its product almost constantly outweighs its available supply. In a growing market for Northern California microbrews, the Russian River Brewery faces the challenge of meeting demand and staying on top, lest it be overtaken and eventually marginalized by other breweries with greater producing capacity. And that concludes our presentation on the 4 Ps of the Russian River Brewing Company. And please remember, drink beer and study marketing responsibly.